So, I have a thesis that there are some people who suffer from NPD that perhaps, whether it be through, maybe it be through like gene editing, or I'm not sure what, but they lack a fully functioning frontal lobe. Whether it is frozen, the way, much like the creative part of my brain was frozen for a long time, maybe still is, repurposed for analytics, memory storage. I have a theory that people with NPD, that basically the variations in their frontal lobe, or either variations in their frontal lobe functioning or lack of any frontal lobe at all functioning, could be addressed using that same technology, along with cognitive behavioral therapy, and some other therapy modalities that I glean from the 12 steps, but I feel as though would be more effective done actually one-on-one with a therapist who is, bound by confidentiality and the professional boundaries of a therapist versus a sponsor who, so yeah, I have that theory, and I do think that the development of like emotional memory, so like remembering what this feels like when I have a breakthrough or something like that, would be greatly aided by a neurotropic as well as an empathogen, as well as video journaling, written journaling during those times, reflections the following day. I've noticed with people with NPD that a breakthrough is oftentimes followed the following day by an attack, just because of the vulnerability of like letting that mask down. And just kind of addressing object constancy, spatial relations. So, this is my significant other. I care about them even when I can't see them, even when I'm somewhere else and there's somebody near me that I want to impress, or, whatever, things like that. Just kind of being able to create those emotional memories and understanding, I guess, like teaching like, okay, this is who you are, this is another person there, not you, and just kind of setting those, boundaries in a safe group space, with strong role models for male patients, mostly male therapists, and for females, mostly female therapists. It expresses differently, I would say, male versus female. I've had a lot more experience with males, and usually then it is only the significant other that really sees and experiences the worst of what the person with NPD has to give out, because their public persona is very, very important to them, and they pretty much only experience themselves through the eyes of others, as they imagine their public persona to be perceived. So when they come home, sometimes it's masks off, monsters out. Whereas with females, I've noticed sometimes it is with a supervisor, someone in a position of power, superior position, and then it's more of a competitive type thing. But yeah, either way, I know the dangers of this whole thing I posited. Basically, will they just become better at mimicking and fooling, and and that is a risk, and it puts puts more empathetic people at risk of being victimized. But I do feel like as a nation we have a responsibility for like the media that we put out, because right now a lot of the media says like, you know, it's cool to cheat and to just like care about how you look and be ignorant and just be like, it's just like just care about money, and that's so irresponsible, right? Is that how we want people to be? Or like, who wants people to be like that? I guess people that don't typically have to deal with people who act like that, right? But I think that NPD is something that probably people, even in the 1% of the wealth, you know, of the wealth population of our country, that does plague them as well. Narcissistic personality disorder traits. And basically, you know, these people care very much what other people think of them. So what are we making fun of on television? You know, and I think that making fun of cheating on your partner and lying and manipulating and not trying to be intelligent and not trying, you know, all this, like, I don't know, that's not cool. We should make fun of it. Also, yeah, like the, you know, women have this whole, it's like when you see an attractive woman, like when I see an attractive woman, she's well dressed, I want to assume that she is intelligent and that we have a lot to talk about. I don't want to assume that she's going to be afraid of me and think I'm a threat and be evil to me, you know, or just be stupid, which is what a lot of people, I guess, assume about me. Because I remember talking about some movies with these two guys I know, and they're like, "Oh, you like those? Like, you like those?" It's like, dude, yeah, I wrote some essays on Substack to help you understand them if you need help. You know, I don't know. I want to see an intelligent woman. I want to just assume she's smart, and that's for my bros. But yeah. Anyway, what I need after years and years and years of being somebody's project, somebody's artifact logos project, somebody's Truman Show 1984 project, and being sabotaged as a result, I would like to be nominated for some kind of psych degree. It doesn't really matter what. I don't care. It can be a master's. I'll work on a doctorate wherever wherever. I don't care. It's fine. But I need my record expunged because I can sit and explain how almost every single thing on it was a setup. There's one thing I regretted, and even that was a setup, but I regretted it. I paid it off in Allen. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all for now.